Here's Seth, professional photographer, is showing you the proper stance to get a shot and show his butt. So while he keeps doing that, this morning, it's Monday morning, we are doing the underground tour of old Seattle, and I guess if I read it right, Seattle once had a fire, and instead of tearing everything down, they just built right on top of the foundation like the cities of old. And so this is a tour of underground there, and then we're going to have lunch, and then after that we're going up the Smith building, which used to be the tallest building on the West Coast. Should have some good history. We missed the bus. We're going to go reload our cards at a Safeway, so we're just stopping for pictures along the way. And you know, if you watch the kayaking video, that will not lead to any problems at all, stopping for pictures. Well, we finally made it to the underground tour. We got the Orca cards situation figured out. There's apparently a pub right there, and the ticket station is right there. And so we are just waiting to trade our vouchers in that we bought online for tickets. And our tour is at 10, 75-minute tour. Said promise comedy and interesting stuff. So we're going to do that, and hopefully we'll have some pictures to show.
Hills now, they're building up here. All that old growth forest is almost all gone except grandpa tree there. There's somebody being blown off their crapper.
So we're walking through the area that used to be between brothels, basically. These were skylights to let light into the underground. Those are the original ones. So we're going to go below those now. So this is what we just walked over. And they looked like they weren't see-through. So that's the Smith building that we're going to go look at later. He said there's an observation deck right... God, where's my finger? Right there. And then that pyramid-shaped thing is actually owned by a Microsoft executive. And you can see pictures and video online. So basically, modern day Seattle was built on prostitution, as Madame Lou, and she died the richest woman or man in the Northwest when she died, and those are her top earners. So this is where we are right now. What year is this? 1910. So this is where we were just walking around, and we are right in there. So this was the, red light district back in the day. And of course, so what they were saying was, we were walking underneath the sidewalks, is what this underground is. There's a first floor under all of these buildings. And the city came through and built walls right along where the sidewalks are. And they cut down this hill back here with sluicing and filled it in and made the hill shorter and pushed all that dirt down into there. And then for the longest time they didn't have sidewalks, and so they had ladders that you would climb up, walk across the street, and climb down another ladder, and so you could kind of walk in between because these sidewalks didn't exist. Well, people were walking, and like 19 people died. Drunk men or whatever fell off and died. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. So we stopped to eat on pizza, and Seth's gonna try. So basically, you can make your own, whatever food. It's you order the size and you put whatever toppings you want on it. So we kind of both customized ours. And what do you think, Seth, so far? Good? Yeah. Give it a try. Crust is good. Very nice. Yeah, we found the red light district. Underground, just like they said. Yes. So we're waiting to do our tour of the Smith Towers, 42 stories. This is that road that we described earlier. So we were down there doing the tour, and so this road used to be really steep. God, what do you say, 46 degrees, now it's 18 degrees. So they took all the dirt up there, slewed it down there, but here's, more of these things all over the place, which is really cool. Now I know whenever I'm walking along this that I'm seeing, or I'm on top of, a hollow section under there. So I have to correct myself. I said it was like Smith built sewing machines. No, he built typewriters. And there's the building that was going up, which is pretty cool. We're in the really cool gift shop with lots of neat, alcoholic mixing stuff for whiskey and old fashions and all that stuff, because I think there's a pretty good bar at the top. So this is really a kind of a self-guided tour. Oh, look at that elevator go up. That's so neat. Yeah, it's pretty neat. They have just old-fashioned stuff. Obviously, it's decorated for Halloween when we're here. But, everything's really, well made and put together. I wonder if you can... Oh, apparently you can listen to something. This is what it takes to get the type of pictures that you've come accustomed to seeing from Seth and Jason. Lots of trial and error because we're too stubborn to get out the camera app to see what we're doing. This is the view looking west from the top of Smith Tower. Distance is Mount Rainier. So this in here is an Otis motor built in 1914. So 103 years later is still raising the elevators. So across the way out there is part of the peninsula, or the bay, or whatever, the other edge of it. And we want to get across there and take pictures back to the skyline, and along the way ride a ferry. So we're trying to decide what the public transport rate for a ferry is right now. Alright, well, we decided to do the ferry. For anyone doing it, you just have your Orca card and you pay an extra $1. So, we're headed out and across the way. I'll switch the camera here. So we're just headed out over there to that side of the bay. And hopefully we'll be able to look back then at the skyline as the sun sets. This thing's not messing around. This has some balls to it. Like that had some G-forces. Kayak tour, Seth. What do you think?
Yeah. If they're sandbars.
I don't know. Might be big sandbars. check this out. I want to show you something. So, here I am running a time lapse. 10 minutes in the sun setting the city. So, really hoping that turns out. I think Seth is running a time lapse on the sunset behind me. So, if these work, you'll see them after this. So I want to go out here and take a picture of the skyline on this rickety ass dock. Sorry, pardon my language. You can't tell because of the optical stabilization, but I am going up and down. And this dock is crooked. See, look at the skyline. It's a little scary. I'm gonna stop right here. Here you can see Seth coming out on a different camera, so you can see how much up and down movement it's going. And this is what we were waiting for.
Watching these guys pulling the squid off out of the water.
Is that what they're doing?
Yeah. I think so.
Gosh, I don't know if I can focus on that. So we asked if we could come to the front of the boat, and they said yes. And what'd they say, Seth?
They said, it's quitting time. They don't play around. We're gonna do 30 knots.
So we're going to get our butts kicked here. And it's not especially warm. It's about, what? 35? 30? Holy shit! We have to lean into the wind! Oh my god! That's hilarious! Woo! So, 30 knots, I think, is like roughly 32 or 33 miles per hour. Knot is roughly a mile per hour. See the stadium over there? Well, while we're doing this, I'll tell you we're on our way to go eat at a crab place. Just a little bit on the left. Oh, we're bouncing. Oh my god, we're catching air. Just a little bit left of the Ferris wheel. That's really pretty. Look at the reflection there.